Hello, everyone. Welcome to EVTN News. I guess I can start off by last week I caught on Cardinal Zen's criticism of Michael Lofton, and I got some comments on that, but also got a lot of views, and so now my monetization is expected to be around $6 this month. So thanks for all the Lofton followers that viewed my video. I doubt they'll be viewing this one, but if they did, their arguments were very, what would I say, uh, kind of arrogant, I guess, because they act like his, Lofton deserves to be addressed by a cardinal. Um, they act like Cardinal Zen. They pretend that they think that Cardinal Zen presented a poor argument, but he wasn't arguing. He was saying that you shouldn't watch Lofton's videos. And so I'm going to listen. I'm under obedience. I'm going to listen to a Catholic cardinal. Seems like the Lofton Pope-splainer group has trouble with understanding obedience. It's basically only obedience to the Pope, regardless of how heretical his ideas are. Um, and then the cardinals have no jurisdiction over anything, so you shouldn't listen to them. And Lofton's fine to criticize specific bishops, but if you disagree with Lofton, then you're a heretic or a schismatic. So, kind of like sort of in a way, similar to the church militant cult. Um, Except this guy is a PhD candidate. So, I mean, come on. I don't know, is it from a modernist online university? Where are you getting your information? But and then more recently, people, I just, I'm always very surprised how people say, "Oh, you need to read these documents if you don't understand." Like, so whether it's JP2 or Vatican II, why would I read those documents whenever I have thousands of years of church history that I haven't read? I mean, I want to read, like, if there's stuff that's ambiguous or controversial, why would I want to read that over something that's clearly Catholic? Um, yeah, and from now on, I really don't want to talk about Lofton. So I see the comment Lofton is irrelevant, arrogant too. Yeah, and honestly, it's not even worth talking about. And I think if something bothers you or annoys you, then you should just avoid it. I mean, if you can, sort of like Lofton. There's other commentators who I'm annoyed by, and guess what? I never watch any of their videos. Simple solution. All right, let's get to the news. Uh, Starting out, the possibility of the consecration of new bishops for the SSPX cannot be dismissed, but it is certainly not on the agenda. No, it is currently not on the agenda, said Father David Pagliarani, the Superior General of the SSPX. He made this statement during a meeting on June 29th and 30th in France. So I think 30th is the anniversary of the consecration of the SSPX bishops in 1988. So I think that's when it was, June 30th. So that would certainly be a significant time, and because he chose that opportunity to say that there would not be any new bishops, or at least it's not on the agenda, that would at least say for the foreseeable future that's not going to be the case. Now, eventually they'll have to consecrate new bishops, but not right now. It's possible they're waiting for a different pope, because now they're seeing all these excommunications and suspensions and all this war on tradition, more hostile than we've seen before. Although Francis seems to be quite friendly towards the SSPX, which was so weird, but also friendly towards pagans. The Franciscan the Indian state of Tamil Nadu, anniversary of the inauguration of the I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. It's a yogic temple, yoga, on June 24th. The 10-hour live-streamed event consisted of chants from various religions for a statue called the Shiva Lingam, center of the temple. It is a pagan. Okay, The Shiva Lingam is an abstract representation of Shiva, one of the main deities of Hinduism. Depending on the tradition, Shiva is a supreme being and the destroyer. The nuns performed a section called Christian Offering. They sat cross-legged on the floor in their habits and chanted repetitive texts. Meanwhile, some people walked around the Shiva Lingam statue with candles and folded hands. So they participated in some ridiculous interfaith ceremony. They're Franciscan sisters, and it's just sad to see this nonsense. Yeah. Okay, I have a good bit of text on the death of Cardinal George Pell. It is surrounded in mystery. His former colleague Libero Malone, the Vatican's first Auditor General, told the Australian.com. Malone vowed at Pell's coffin to get the truth. He is a Dutch-born Italian businessman and former partner at multinational accounting giant Deloitte. He is the last survivor of the trio appointed in 2015 to reform the Vatican's financial system, of which Cardinal Pell was the head. The third colleague, Ferruccio Panico, died of cancer in June 2023 at the age of 63. Cardinal Pell died in January of 2023, age 81, although he awoke after the operation, and the Australian.com writes that at least two of Cardinal Pell's closest confidants had urged him not to undergo the operation in Rome for safety reasons, but to return to Australia for the procedure. Nevertheless, the Cardinal opted to have the operation at the Salvator Mundi Hospital, a very posh private hospital in Rome that was originally founded by nuns, but is now part of the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, UPMC. Actually, I didn't know that. Okay. According to the Australian.com, the hospital's surveillance cameras were not working at the time of Cardinal Pell's death. It also claims that there was no doctor on duty to assist Cardinal Pell on the night of his death. It continues, rumors have swirled around the Holy See for months that Pell's body was left in disarray after the autopsy and was not properly dressed, raising further concerns about his final hours. Also, I have seen that apparently his nose was broken. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? It definitely doesn't sound like normal circumstances. And quite honestly, it doesn't sound like he was in that bad a shape until he ended up dying unexpectedly. Okay, and then the story you've all been waiting for. The Dicastery for the Destruction of the Faith, chaired by Cardinal Tuccio Fernandez, Kissy Fernandez, met on the 4th of July to conclude the extrajudicial trial of Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano. He was accused and found guilty of schism by the Francis Church. A Vatican press release on July 5th said Vigano's public statements, expressing his refusal to recognize and submit to the Supreme Pontiff, his rejection of communion with the members of the Church who are subject to him, and of the legitimacy and magisterial authority of the Second Vatican Council are well known. The Dicastery pronounced an excommunication latae sententiae in accordance with Canon 1364, Section 1 of the Code of Canon Law. So latae sententiae excommunication, I'm going to kind of deviate here for a second. That means that it's an automatic excommunication. So like Biden would be excommunicated latae sententiae. I mean, he is, technically, because he rejects at least some of the doctrines of the Catholic faith. So this will easily be revoked once there's a new pope, and yeah. So John and Vigano doesn't recognize Francis as pope, so of course he didn't show up for any of the trials, and he doesn't recognize an excommunication. Okay, so John A. Monaco, a doctoral student and journalist, commented, "Now that Vigano has been excommunicated and in a state of schism, I look forward to the Catholic Church's warm, friendly, and irenic ecumenical outreach to him. The Vatican should treat him like they treat Orthodox and Protestants. Warm embrace, allowing the use of our churches. It's very weird to have the same crowd begging for shared communion between Catholics and Orthodox who do ecumenical prayer services with Protestant clergy and who have reasonable hope that hell is empty to suddenly demand submission to the Roman pontiff or else. Or else what? So if you agree with the Francis Church, then who cares if someone's outside the church? Seems like more of a political ploy. Bishop Strickland made some observations too. He said, "We find ourselves at a strange moment in church history when Archbishop Vigano is excommunicated swiftly, while Theodore McCarrick remains unexcommunicated after years of his crimes against the church have come to light. We should look closely at a Vatican that operates in this manner. Rather than addressing the serious questions and allegations Archbishop Vigano raises, he is summarily removed from the church with an apparent motive to silence him." So, but I think that addresses the point. Is because Vigano specifically, he's known for bringing to light those who were connected with McCarrick, and the Vatican was actively covering it up. So I think that's the whole point, is that they don't want Vigano. They want to place Vigano outside the church so he looks like a nutcase. And so his claims on McCarrick are maybe discredited in a sense. Now, personally, I mean, I just wonder, and connecting this Vigano story to Cardinal Pell, is there a reason why Vigano is still in hiding? I think you have to ask yourself that question. And I mean, I haven't been a fan. I've gone kind of back and forth about him over the years. And I said, why is he still in hiding? But now it seems to make a little bit more sense, right? Because they can't kill him, so they'll excommunicate him. I don't know. Whatever works. Okay, let's move on here. I'm pulling this up. On July 6th, the cathedral in Linz, Austria, was desecrated with the LMNOP flag. The occasion was an LMNOP march in the city that day. In 2023, the Diocese of Linz participated in a LMNOP march with a large banner bearing the diocese's logo. That's compromised. That has to be apostasy. Like, this is not... You cannot be affiliated with this diocese. That is so egregious. After protests, cathedral officials who naturally knew nothing removed the flag. This is the cathedral where they have that blasphemous obscenity portraying Our Lady giving birth. It's some kind of abstract art, and someone decapitated the statue, and the diocese was very upset about it. If everyone hates it, is it really art? Or is it just trash? Okay. LMNOP activists Hector Peltasso and Filippo Sanchi will enter into a civil union on 14th of September, the Feast of the Exaltation of the Cross, in the town hall of Cartosato in Italy. So they're going to enter into an LMNOP marriage. They will also receive a Catholic blessing. The LMNOP blessing will be performed by Reverend Giuseppe Cavoli, head of the diocesan LMNOP pastoral care. That's okay, I don't even know. The diocese, they have 4 city names in it. But anyway, the bishop allowed the abomination. So congratulations, Monsignor Andreozzi. who allowed the blessing of LMNOPs who were celebrating their wedding. He'll allow a Catholic blessing. That's pretty rotten. Okay. Lots of people in the live chat. Thanks for joining me. I think. Okay. So I'm scrolling through some of the news stories, but yeah, feel free to leave a comment. I think this will be my last video where I even mention Lofton. I'm pretty sure he just called for an investigation of all traditional Catholics. So I really don't want to mention him ever again until he shuts down his channel. Like Church Militant, I tried to ignore them until they failed, and I'll probably do the same thing with Lofton. So this will be my last chance. Clearly, grifter, trying to profit off of scandal and controversy, I guess. So if you post something that's wildly unpopular, a lot of people are going to click on it, and trads get really drawn into the bait. And you just need to find traditional resources, and it's not as, what would I say, maybe sensationalist or eye-catching. But if you listen, or if you watch like videos about the lives of the saints, or listen to podcasts of sermons, the SSPX and the Institute of Christ the King both post extensive sermons online, so you can listen there for sure. And that's not, I mean, obviously, yeah, it's not going to be as sensationalist, but I think you're going to benefit a lot more from that, and you will probably find more peace in your life the more you remove yourself from controversial arguments and discussions on social media. So, and this, I do discuss some controversial things on this channel, but it's, I don't know, usually don't meet a lot of pushback because I don't get a lot of views as it is. Lofton, it was actually kind of funny, some of the comments that Lofton's followers left, but they treat Lofton like he's some kind of, like, I don't know, some kind of authority. Let me see what, oh, where's it at? Okay. Yeah, when's that Eucharistic Congress, by the way? Because Archbishop Cordileone is, I think he's still planning on, he's still planning on saying the Latin Mass. Okay, so there is, someone commented on my LifeSite News video from a while ago. He said John Henry Wesson is a liar, and also the SSPX is a schismatic sect. So you're throwing around the word schism like it's handing out candy or something. Like, everyone's a schismatic. Like, everyone I don't like is a schismatic. Sort of like the Liberals' Guide to Discussion. Everyone I don't like is Hitler. So this guy, I don't know. The one guy seems to imply, oh yeah, so the one guy said the Pope, the Church, and Lofton are greater than heretics. He misspelled Lofton. I said, wait, are you declaring that Cardinal Zen is a heretic? And he said, anyone who denies Pope Francis who constantly opposes his teachings, believes in gossip, or sub-bishops instead of conservative capitalist message they want. Instead, for the conservative capitalist message they want is to me a heretic, and why the church is failing its evangelization of atheists. This guy is so backwards, sorry. So I'm going to ask him if he thinks that Cardinal Zen is a heretic, because he didn't answer the question. Someone commented on my, I called Lofton, I said it was unreasonable theology, reason and theology. I called it unreasonable theology. He said, you're so thoughtful Very clever, you are so thoughtful and witty, great stuff. You must know Lofton's material since you are so comfortable to comment on it. I can tell you do a lot of independent research. Uh, and I said, actually, I don't waste my time watching watching a guy who built his platform by relentlessly criticizing Catholics. This is what the Lofton cult is very good at. They're very good at criticizing other people and calling them heretics and schismatics. That's really all they do, because they watch Lofton's videos, and it's watch my 3-hour live stream several times a week on why this person is wrong and why Taylor Marshall's a heretic. That really turned me off right off the bat whenever you're just relentlessly criticizing people. I said I would rather listen to cardinals who have been Catholic for more than a few years, and someone was telling me to watch it. And again, I'm not wasting my time. I'm listening to a Catholic cardinal who says you shouldn't watch Lofton's YouTube channel. Cardinal Zen said you shouldn't watch Lofton's YouTube channel, so I'm just going to take him at his word and not watch it. I don't care about I don't care what these Lofton cult people. And I think my video said that they didn't watch my video. This person clearly didn't watch my video, but I said Cardinal Zen puts Michael Lofton in his place was the title of the video, and this person said, no, he didn't. He threw ad hominem attacks and didn't engage with the material and arguments at all. And someone else said it's pretty easy to tell who actually watched Lofton's response and who didn't. It's like they don't actually care about the truth, just whatever boosts their ego. So the truth, they said that. So basically, I said the Lofton cult acts like he deserves engagement. He doesn't deserve engagement from a Catholic cardinal. Cardinal Zen said, don't watch his videos. He said, personally, I would rather listen to the advice of a cardinal and not watch Lofton's videos. And this guy, this commenter, I mean, I don't. It's hard to tell who these anonymous people are that are commenting, but I hate to question intelligence, but he says, well, if the cardinal lies, it's not the best choice, but you do you. So Cardinal Zen lied about how he'd recommend not watching Lofton's channel. I said, wow, it takes a true cardinal or a true Lofton cult member to accuse Cardinal Zen of lying. Like, and here's a rational response. Oh, I'm not going to read the whole thing because he was like very critical of Lofton. He said, when it comes to Lofton, I base my opinion on two things. One, the way he immaturely answers. Oh, it's shut off. I'm back on. Alright, I don't know if my video was skipping the whole time or not. Leave me a comment if it was. Okay, so here's something that the Lofton cult needs to address. When Lofton criticized Brian Holdsworth on a certain topic, he was extremely condescending, and Brian, being in the live chat, attempted to explain himself to Lofton's viewers. Lofton blocked him from commenting and later claimed he never did such a thing. We got confirmation from Brian that this all really happened when he shared his experience in avoiding Babylon's live stream the next day. Holdsworth, being a humble Catholic YouTuber, I can only conclude that Lofton is really a liar. So Lofton is the liar, but the Lofton cult is calling Cardinal Zen a liar. Unbelievable. Really, seriously, unbelievable. So, okay. Let's see. I basically hit ignore when his videos are recommended. That's a good idea. And just get them out of your recommended feed permanently somehow. I don't know if you can block someone on YouTube or not, but definitely not worth watching someone. And that's the thing, like I'm not getting super deep into this, but based on what other people have said, he basically cut himself off of his friends. And the channel used to be really good too. And then he started criticizing Taylor Marshall and found that got a few more views. Then of course it got videos. Oh man, of course, Lofton's videos got a lot of pushback because Taylor Marshall's videos got a lot of, Taylor Marshall is much more prominent than Lofton. Of course, Taylor Marshall hasn't ever been criticized by seemingly Lofton's response to Cardinal Zen's criticism. He was smirking in the video. I mean, it was just disgusting. He's like, "Oh, Cardinal Zen criticized me. I'll have a response." It's not an argument. Cardinal Zen just said, "Don't watch his videos." It's not an argument. It's like, here's how it is. And if you want to watch Michael Lofton's videos, that's your waste of time. So, okay, that's all I have. And hopefully, I don't know. I really don't plan on ever addressing anything Michael Lofton says ever again. I don't talk a lot about other YouTubers, and I don't really need to, and I don't even need to bring more attention to Lofton. And unfortunately, Lofton used it. I mean, he bragged about it. He uses it as when he was criticized by Cardinal Zen, and he's using it as a badge of honor. He's putting it in his bios, his bio on his social media. So it's just disgusting. It's pathetic. So anyway, okay, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, this has been EVTN News. We're the laity, and we will not be silent.